Uh, good good evening, Katrena.
Good
Uh,
evening, Mike.
Good you are. And yeah, welcome to the Digital Marketing for SMEs podcast. And it's a pleasure to have you on. And you're my third Australian guest, and they've all been great. So I'm sure you're going to be great too.
Let's hope so.
Always provide lots of value. And just a bit about you to start with, in case people haven't come across you before. You're a TEDx speaker, an award-winning TEDx speaker. You've been 25 years in the business,
Mhm.
which is quite amazing, really.
Thank you.
Um, a lot of people don't always last that long.
No, that's
Uh,
true.
and you've got a program called Done for You, the Done for You program.
It's called Becoming the Expert, and it's done for you. Yeah,
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah,
so it's called Becoming the Expert,
yeah.
and it's a Done for You program which helps you find your personal brand. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah,
And and kind of become and just become yourself in business and able to market yourself better.
yeah. I like to think of it: become an expert in your field of excellence, because we all have our very own field of excellence that's only unique to us, generally speaking. And I like to find that for people, and then package it up, position it as correctly, and price it correctly.
Yeah, yeah. And the book is of the same name. Is that right? Is that correct?
Yeah, the book is actually not a normal book to buy. It actually is my day one of my curriculum. So
Yeah,
that book they experience with me um, day one.
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
lot to
let's
get through
dive in.
day one.
Yeah.
It's the whole
So
template, the business planning template, where the money is and where the money isn't. It's all revealed and demystified for people.
brilliant, brilliant. So starting from the beginning,
Yeah.
how did you start off, and how did you get here where you are now?
It started off with a tragedy. I never wanted to have children, and I found myself pregnant, and I subsequently had a miscarriage, and that caused my husband and I to have grief like I don't think I had ever experienced in my life before. And
Mm,
in our 26-year marriage, I don't think we have ever had grief like that. And we've both lost our parents, so that is one lot of grief. But this was different,
yeah.
and what that did was my husband believed that it made me different. It made me a little bit more vulnerable in that particular time. And what happened was I saw an ad in the paper, and in those days, everything was just black and white newspaper like normal. But this particular ad was full color. And it felt like the ad had my name written on it saying, Katrena, please apply. That's how strong
Mm,
the ad was. And I was like, and I responded and I had a meeting with the guy, and, I ended up signing up to the community. He was creating a community of coaches, and he told me everything he had and everything we were going to do. And it sounded like a really great first step for me, going back over 25 years ago. And we were all there. There was like 5 or 6 of us that had invested what was a lot of money in those days. And we started to realize that he had nothing. He had sold us air. And so I had a words with him. I said to him, look, this is not for me. You don't really have any structure, any process, anything to teach us really, because you're not really able to do it. Can you give me my money back? And you know, and of
mm,
course, he has not going to give us all our money back. It was a scam from day dot. It's just how long could he get away with it for? So anyway, I went to my solicitors like a normal person, and took all my evidence. I had prepared everything, explained everything. And he said, yeah, it's a clear-cut case. You've got all the evidence there. He said, but, you've already thrown 30 grand at it. You're going to throw another $15,000 at it. And yes, you might get the right judge on the right day to say, you win. Whether you'd actually get your money back is neither here nor there. He said, let me ask you a question. Can I ask? He actually said, can I ask you a question? And I said, yeah, of course. And he said, is there any chance that you've learned a $30,000 lesson? And in that moment, it just, I don't know, I felt transformed. Like that
Mm.
movie where she's all got the scales on her skin. It kind of went click, 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 click. That's how it felt in
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I have. Thank you very much. And I ran out of the office. I was happy as Larry. The rest is history. And
Wow.
I learned that I had everything and more inside of myself to just get on with it. I didn't need some guy, some idiot telling me what's what. And so I built it all myself after that, and I never looked back. It was the greatest lesson I have ever learned, even to this day. And I thank him very, very much for giving me the confidence to step out of anybody's shadow and really embrace who I was and the work that I had done within my own development and what
Mm.
I can put together myself. So that's how I started. I made it a long, relaxing meander down memory lane, but I just think from pain can come greatness, I think. And in my case, that was the best thing ever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you mention that, for example, starting your own business is like a self-development program. Is that because of the same aspects of it,
I
in that
think
you
the
you
way
hit the pain points when you're
true.
doing it?
Yeah, exactly right. I call it the greatest personal development program you'll ever do is build a business, because what it does is it brings up everything you need to face, all your limiting beliefs, all your fears of success, all your fears of failure, all that stuff. I'm not good enough. All that stuff comes up over time as and when you are building your business. So part of what I like to do is I know when they're going to have that feeling and at what time they're going to have it within the process. So because I've been at it for so long, I know the patterns, I know the themes. I call them psychological issues. They're going to have confidence issues. They're going to have assertiveness issues. They're going to have people-pleasing issues. They're going to have self-worth issues. They're going to have self-value issues, self-belief issues. They're not going to believe that they're good enough. And I've got ways and means of pushing them back on track as and when those things come up. And I promise you, they'll come up for men and women at different
Mm.
times, but I kind of know when what trigger will get that to happen. And we're better off facing them. We don't want to build a business on a house of cards I want to make people so strong that they control their state. No one can affect my state. It is rock solid. People can say what they will, they can do what they will, but I can still get up on stage and perform.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've
So
got to be Teflon coated.
yes. Yes. So it's not for everyone, this journey.
It's not for everybody because some people haven't got 10, 20, 30 years experience. But what I want to do is for those people that are just about to begin their peak, which is at 40. At 40, you've earned your first stripe at around 20, 25. You earn your second stripe at 25 to 30. You earn your third stripe at about 30, 35. By the time you hit 40, you're beginning your peak. And so think of it like a bell curve. When you're beginning at what's going to be that massive hump. To me, that's sort of like 40 years of you in mastery. Now, most people won't put it together. So they'll just either continue with their JOB and think this is as good as it gets. A JOB pays my mortgage. I don't have to worry. I get given a fish at the end of every week. Great, that'll do. Some people are just not They don't have the entrepreneurial spirit inside of them. They don't think that there's any more out there. And so those people are about 90% of the world's population. They're lifelong learners. They just
Yeah.
will only react to life and only develop if they absolutely have to. Whereas what I like to work with is the top 10% of the world. That's the activated lifelong learners. These people are proactive with their development. They're out there. They're up to date. They're across AI right now. They've got a LinkedIn profile that is up and a reflection of who they are in modern day. And yeah, they have this itch inside of them going, this can't be it. This just can't be it. And so if they've got a sense of that, then they are an activated lifelong learner. And these people just go on and up and on and up and up and up. And it's just an evolution. And the evolution is the fun part for them. Whereas for lifelong learners, evolution is eye rolling, sighing. They can't be bothered that they have to change something or learn something new. It's all such a drag. Those people just will stay where they are, while activated lifelong learners are looking for their next level of development, whatever that is. It could be with me, it might not be, but sometimes they might be able to create it themselves on their own. But I feel, based on my experience, that I can save people 5 years of faffing trying to find out how to do it themselves, and about $75,000 they don't have to spend on trying to learn it themselves. I just build it all in 90 days for them. And then we spend the rest of the 12-month program doing it out there, doing the sales and marketing.
So what in a nutshell does your program consist of? How do you get individuals to that point?
Well, it starts with a 2-day kickoff. I love the 2-day kickoff because it really bonds me to their lives, and I really get to deep dive into who they are and what they're about. So the first day is about the business planning, the strategies, showing them how I do it and why I do what I do and why it's structured the way it's structured. And just sort of getting them, it's very interactive, but it's also training, it's coaching, it's everything all in this one day, getting them up to a level where they understand what I'm building, why I'm building it, where the money is, where the money isn't. And then day 2, we sort of switch into a different energy. And this is where we sort of look at their philosophy. We look at their career, their history, their traumas, their everything that makes them who they are and makes them completely unique from anybody else. And we bake that into a beautiful cake. And that becomes the book. That becomes the personal brand. That becomes the website and the social media platforms. And then we turn that into a talk, which is like a TED talk. And then we turn all of that into a signature program for like 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever it is.
Wow. So it part of it is writing a book about
Yes.
yourself
Yeah.
or about your beliefs, or both.
Both, a bit of both. I think a book on its own that's just a story is a little bit self-indulgent unless I get something out of it and it helps me learn something new about myself. Then what's the bloody point? Nobody wants a memoir for a nonfiction. So, so the story is usually intertwined with why they have earned the right to teach this. So the story should answer how I've earned the right to teach this. And so that's the story we put together, not a self-indulgent story of a linear step-by-step instruction guide as to how I got here. So yes, the story's there, but ultimately the main thing is your philosophy. What are you teaching? What's the message? What do you stand for? How do you help people? What is that about? We put that together. That's really what I'm after for my clients.
And this is a published book. You go
Yes,
and publish it on
self-published.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, it's self-published
That's
on
great.
Amazon. That way we can guarantee that we go #1 bestseller. So 100% of my clients over 25 years have all gone #1 bestseller. In fact, the other day, a client of mine did 3 books on one day, #1 bestseller. So that was a new experience for me. And that was exciting. because she wrote 3 books within the program as a step one, as our first, step one. So that was incredible. And she's up to the stage now where she's doing her signature programs. So we're designing the signature programs for each of those books. So there's a lot of work to be done. But anywho, yeah, so the book is self-published on Amazon. You go #1 bestseller. That's really just a way of sort of feeling like you've achieved something. It's a lovely little stamp of approval that we kind of go for, but it doesn't really mean anything in particular. I think to me, it's about just giving them a little thrill before they have to get on with the rest of the program. But yeah, it's a nice to have, and we get it for them, and it's just a lovely little way of saying, yay!
Yeah, yeah. How do you get some resistance to that idea from your clients about writing a book?
Yeah, we
Because it's
do.
not
I do.
something that is, especially for, I suppose, for a older generation who write, a book is something you would find in the UK, W.H. Smith's.
Yeah.
It would be that kind of book. But now, yes, you can publish a book on
Yeah,
Amazon and become an author,
overnight.
and it's quite cathartic, I would imagine, as well.
It is. To me, it's first of all, it's a positioning tool, because if you don't have a book, you're not an expert. For some reason, over all these years,
Yeah, yeah,
and the boom of podcasting, and it still has gravitas. It is amazing how a book really says that you're an expert in your field of excellence. Here's the book. So the book is a positioning tool. That's #1. The second main reason we do it is because the client needs to have a foundational layer of confidence laid into them. And so we do the rigor of writing the book as the first step, because it layers down a foundation of confidence. And that's what they need when we're first starting out. And
yeah,
you really need to know who you are, what you stand for, what you aren't, and who you serve. So the book really nails that for them and gives them a real sense of self. And that's so important at this very early phase of their career in their own personal brand business.
yeah. That is so true about a book. It does give you gravitas, and people do trust books,
Yeah, still, we don't know why.
especially in this.
Still magical, but it's still magical. So that's good.
Yeah, yeah. And then you graduate then to, was it doing a TED talk or a
Yeah.
public speaking
Yeah, it's
gig
not
of
limited
some
to
sort?
TED Talks. TED Talks are a nice to have. They're a little extra tick that you may or may not get. I don't require them to get it, but I now know how that system works. That's why I did it for myself, is because I wanted to
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
how does it work? And if I was to recommend it to a client, how would I explain what it's for and how to do it? Because there's a system for everything, and TED Talks are no different. They're very specific in their system. And so I wanted to demystify that for myself so I can demystify that for my clients. So anyway, I did that experiment. Oh my God, it was hell, absolute hell. And not for me, not for me. It's not for me, because I am off the cuff, energetic, know my stuff, love to speak how I
mm,
feel in the moment and give value in the moment. Whereas a TED talk took the air out of my sails, because I had to memorize every word. I had to
yeah,
submit the script, and I had to memorize it. And so that just made me, I don't think, a fantastic representation of my energy and what I usually would act like on stage. So, but you know what? On the other hand, it was very good discipline. I'm glad
mm,
I ticked the box. It was such rigor. Oh my God, such rigor. Almost the same rigor as a book, but just slightly different. And I'm glad I've done it. I'm glad I've got it, and I'm very, very proud of it. But at the same time, it's just not my style.
your cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea,
Yeah,
memorizing every word.
yeah.
Me trying to talk to you tonight, having memorized everything, it wouldn't be the same experience.
No, no, no. But you do get I suppose the publicity and the
Yeah,
aware and from it, because it's got quite a few views, hasn't it? That
yeah.
TED talk. I watched a bit of it, and people are quite close up to you as well.
Yeah, yeah. In that particular
Aren't
one, it was done in a
they? Yeah,
studio, which means
yeah,
you've got
yeah,
multiple cameras, really good audio, and
yeah.
it was a very good production and a wonderful group of people there to support us all as we went through the fire. And yeah, it was just wonderful. And from Australia, I went all the way to Houston for that. And
Well,
that's
oh, that was in Houston.
yeah, it was
Oh,
in
right,
Houston
right.
in America. And so again, what an adventure. I met the most amazing people. I got to hear the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
incredible stories. And a lot of us went through the fire that night together.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, in a foreign land, in the studio. Wow, wow.
Yeah. Little Aussie takes
Yeah,
flight
yeah.
on her jet. It was great. Yeah. And our coach was there and he was the MC for the night. And it was just fantastic. We really loved it.
Wow, wow. So from the talk, then it's developing a program
Yeah.
of some sort
Yeah.
for
I like to
your
call it a
consultation program,
I like
signature
to
program. Yeah,
I call it a signature program because it's going to be your foundational program. It's like your book becomes a live experience, becomes a transformational experience. So the book,
mm,
the talk are the what and the why. The signature program is the how. So you don't give away the farm in your what and your why. You don't give away
yeah,
the farm in the book. You don't give away the farm in the talk because these are all free things or virtually free. The signature program is where the rubber hits the road. This is where you create your revenue, your main revenue, your serious revenue. This could be a
yeah,
$5,000, $10,000, $20,000 program, plus, 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 plus. It just depends on your experience, what market you're in, who's your ideal client for that, etc. There's a whole lot of things as to why the pricing is what it is. But the sky's the limit. It depends how we value stack what they get from
yeah,
buying the program.
yeah. And you teach how to market it and so forth as well. Once the program is done, the signature program is developed. Whether it be, I guess it would be in-person program you would recommend, or a
Both.
course, a video course or something.
It's both.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
oh, yeah,
I'm not a big fan of online programs only because of the stats. So the stats for online programs are 75% of people buy them but don't open them.
yeah,
And
yeah,
of those people that open them, only 95% of people don't complete. So
yeah.
what I teach my clients is while they can have that, if it's going to get a different result from that, but the main thing I recommend is you do one-on-one. So it's a high premium product, high touch point with the actual expert right there with you. And it could be like 12 sessions, and the sessions can be once a month. That would make it a 12-month program. Or the same program could be once every fortnight. That could make it a 6-month program. Or if you're Speedy Gonzalez and love a good pace, you can pick weekly your 12 sessions, and that would complete in 90 days. So it's the same program, just a different pace. So it feels like they've got lots of choice, but really it's the same program. And you can do the 12 sessions globally, and that's what's important. People want it, that when they want it now. They don't want to wait
Mm,
for 3 months down the track when the retreat happens. They don't want to wait 4 months for the 2-day program to happen. They want it now. So when you're first starting out, you don't have a big community yet built to run retreats, 2-day workshops, 1-day workshops, or anything group orientated. But you've got that as revenue stream when you get busy.
mm,
but you're not
Yeah,
busy yet. So I always say in the first year or first 18 months while you're building everything and you're experiencing everything is just sell a one-on-one program. In fact, that's all I do now. I only do one-on-one and I only have one program. That's it. And I just sell
interesting.
that a lot.
Yeah, in an interview, one thing that stuck out in my mind was that you were saying that you were interested in, in one-to-one coaching because you want to make sure, I mean, or words to this effect, that you want him to make sure that the student or your client was getting the transformation needed rather than a coach, or consultant, like doing an online program, sitting on the beach, and then just not really interested in the progress of the clients. But you sounded different. You wanted, results from your clients, and you were willing to give one-to-one coaching
Mm.
as a option as well. I think I've got it right, haven't I?
Yeah,
That is
you have.
your
It's part of my philosophy is that I don't understand why people don't want to do the work anymore. They buy all these
yeah,
programs.
yeah.
75% of people are not even opening them. Hardly anybody's completing anything. So what's the point? And what happened is I've seen the market start to fizzle where people are going, do I buy another program that I'm not going to do? I'm not going to implement. There's no one here making me do anything. I'm buying these products. They're happy to take your money, but they're not happy to actually get you to move. And so I just feel one-on-one. They've got nowhere to hide. They have to do the program. It's a done for you program. So we're going to progress regardless. I'm going to build it all for you regardless. You're going to get a result regardless. And I just think what I've seen in 25 years is they're coming back around to done for you. People are starting to seek out done for you because they're sick of wasting their money on low price, no
mm,
touch. And the coaches want a leverageable business model. They don't want to actually touch the clients. They don't want to actually work with the clients. They don't want to be there for the clients. And I'm like, why did we get into this business in the first place? To me, it was to transform people's lives. And I want to do that and get joy from doing that. And
yeah,
everybody else seems to not want to touch anyone and don't want to work with anyone. They just want to go to Bali and live in what is it? A startup um, incubator. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I really love what I do and I still love what I do. And I want to touch the flesh and I want to be there.
mm,
I've got clients that are still with me after 8 years, build, build, build. I've got clients that have exited their business. I've got clients that have done $1 million model. I've got clients that have stayed with me for 4 years and I'm saying, hey, I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. Like really, I've got to move on to new things because one of my values is novelty. I love new projects. I really love that beginning phase of a new situation. And so it's 12 months for a reason. I prefer people to feel independent and get out there and do it. They don't need me at the end of 12 months. They don't. It's
yeah,
only just a strategic partnership. It's a friendship. It's a nice to have Katrena in your back pocket kind of feeling. And they pay a price for that unlimited coaching whenever they need it. But mainly at that second year phase, it's business mentoring. They just want to know my opinion on something. And it's like, great, call me anytime. I'm into it.
yeah,
And I know their business like the back of their hand. In fact, I know their business better than they know it themselves half the time. But my motivation is to make them independent within that 12 months and that they become my equal, they become my peer, and they become my strategic partner, and we work in cahoots together.
wow.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned transformation, don't you,
Mm.
from obviously the start of your program to the end of it. You're talking about a full transformation. And also, I remember you talking about that sometimes other coaches and consultants, they sell just a part of the journey, not the whole transformation.
Mm.
So you're looking at the whole transformation from one state to another. So
Yeah, I
essentially,
don't know. Yeah, I don't know why the marketing people do this, but what I need to explain to clients is that when you're buying the silver bullet, they're buying a marketing strategy. They're buying a lead generation piece. So it's
yeah,
not the full transformation. It's just this tiny little bit to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about. So here's this $7 thing, which again, 75% of people won't open and 95% of people won't complete if they did open it. Can you see that $7 thing? And then it's called the, the what is it? The accelerator coaching model where you do $7 and then you sell them $47 and then you sell them $97. And I just
yeah,
found
mm,
back in the day when all that was happening, because this goes back 30 years ago when the accelerator model or the ascension model, that's it, ascension
attention
model
model.
was sort of first revealed to people. 30 years ago, I read that book and it was like, oh yeah, that's great. But people just need to be sold the transformation, don't they? And so I just went on my own when they zig, I zag. So when they were saying ascension model, and that was the big thing in vogue, and it still is in vogue today,
Mm,
I just said, you know what? I'm just going to get really good at selling the whole thing, the whole enchilada, the transformation, the A to Z thing. And I just did that. And I don't, today I signed up another client and we have had 2 meetings over Zoom. Like, just do that. I didn't need
mm,
to sell her a $7 thing. I didn't need to faff around with her going to my website and finding me and clicking on that and giving me her email and la-di-da-di, blah-di, blah. I just get seen when I speak. I get people sign up to my free discovery session. I have the free discovery session and I work out if they are for me or not. And then if we're a good fit together and we're vibing and I can offer a lot of value and they can see that value, boom, they're in.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
sign them up. There's no ascension model required. And I know people think I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, but I don't want those people that want scraps. I don't want those people that need to be in an ascension model to come work with me eventually one day when they've got enough value and they've seen me 17 times. I can't be bothered because I
mm,
just think that's so complicated. I just want people to see me, love my vibe, love my message, want to work with me. We sign them up and we get on with it. And the
yeah,
girl that I signed up today is flying over to Perth in a couple of weeks and we can just get going. She's
wow,
can't wait to get going. And luckily, the dates she gave me were available. So I'm like, right, that's fantastic. The stars have aligned. To me, it's just that's the energy. That's the energy of the universe working with us together, co-creating
yeah,
this
yeah,
partnership and this friendship that's going to last a lifetime.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So do you get your clients from like
Speaking.
LinkedIn and speaking?
No, just speaking.
Speaking?
So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I just need to speak. So what I'm looking for is opportunities to speak. And that could
yeah,
be on a podcast, sure. But when I speak live, there's just nothing like that. So I will travel the world to speak live. I'll do a lot of speaking in Australia at the right events with the right audience that I know is right for me. And when I do a great job, you have a reaction, you have an impact
mm,
on the audience and they want a piece of you. They want to come home with you. They want to have a 1 hour meeting with me. And that's an hour of my life I can't get back. And so I'd want to see a couple of things happen. One is they answer the phone and we book in a time and it's all very respectful. Then they have to turn up on time. If they don't turn up on time, they get 10 minutes and it's over and they're not allowed to rebook unless their mother died. And so to me, it's like you've got this one opportunity to sit with me for an hour. I don't need to be on this call with you, but I am offering my life, my 1 hour that I can't get back again to unpack you and where you're at. And I love doing that. I love unpacking. I love having a rummage about. I love pulling out what their personal brand business could look for. Like they don't know that they're sitting on this gold. And I just go in, have a look, pull it all out and go, ta-da, this is what I'd build for you if you let me. And it's like,
Wow.
it should blow their mind. It should give goose pimples all over their body, just absolutely light them up. And if it doesn't, I haven't done my job.
Sure. So so the discovery call is that the discovery call you're talking about, the hour?
Yeah.
Or is
So
that
I seek discovery call and close on the second meeting after that. I usually,
right,
in Australia and in England, we don't just sell them in. In America, they would try to sell them in at that point. I find that a little bit abrupt, and it's just not my vibe. I find that too offensive. In Australia, we just don't sign up to things willy-nilly. So I say to them, we've planted all the seeds, let all that just settle in, let that percolate, have another week, have another couple of weeks, depending on what's going on for them. Let's catch up. I always say to them, get a brand new notebook, brand new, with no other crap in it, just so that when you're doing your research and your due diligence over the coming week or two, you're writing all your questions in that book. And then bring
mm,
that to our second meeting and let's deal with all the questions, concerns, issues, what's come up for you. Oh my God, let's unpack all that. And let's get you really comfy with your decision, or just send me an email prior to that meeting, cancel it and say, no, I'll just move on. None of us wasting more time.
no. And with what you offer, obviously this podcast is digital marketing for SMEs, and it's aimed towards SMEs. Um, what advice, maybe general advice, would you give for a small to medium sized business owner who maybe is hitting a brick wall in terms of branding? They're very talented people, got lots of knowledge. For
Mm.
example, should they open up another stream of income from consulting or from having a signature course, for example?
Well, I believe most people, especially those people, because they've already started a business, they already know the rigors of business. They know the realities of business. So they appreciate me the most, because when we create their 7 streams of income out of their personal brand business, it switches their business from an outgoing marketing strategy to an inbound marketing strategy, where they are now not selling, they are now educating their market. And that's a very different vibe than begging for business. So people are begging on social media, please look at me, please buy me, please, begging to get through all the noise, to finally get someone at midnight to stop and scroll and do something that they then forget the next day that they did. And so to me, all that seems very risky and very, it's not in my control, very much of that. It's relying on the algorithm. It's relying on somebody to find you randomly in a sea of nothingness and everythingness. And it's just horrendous. So to me, it's about taking as much control back as possible, getting to educate your market so that you are seen as an expert in your field of excellence, as opposed to a beggar in your
Mm,
business. And so, yeah, most people, not everybody, but most people are sitting on 7 streams of income. That is book, speaking, training, coaching, mentoring, facilitating, and consulting. There's 7 streams of income. There's even an 8th stream of income. Sorry, I'm holding up 9 fingers. 8 streams of income. And that is certifying your program, doing a train the trainer revenue stream. And that comes a little bit later. I don't do it in year 1. They actually need to come back to me to do that stream of income in a year or 2 once they've done the $1 million model. Because once they've done a $1 million model, they know it works. They've sold enough of it and got enough feedback to know that they other people would love to sell their program and to teach their program and to use their program to make money.
Wow.
So there is
Yeah.
8, but I generally only talk about the 7 because that's
This
just
could be an exclusive on this podcast. There's an eighth.
exclusive.
An
Yeah.
eighth one. So
Funny.
we're going to do a crunching gear change,
Oh,
and just going to ask you some more, I suppose, informal questions,
uh-huh.
which hopefully you'll be able to answer. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you will be able to.
Good.
So the first question is, what is your favourite piece of music?
Well, back in my teenage days when I was loved the nightclubs in that 86, or we went underage as well. But anywho, we were the Madonna girls. So I really love myself Madonna. I know all the words and I can do all the dances, and it was fabulous in those days. But recently, from a music perspective, my friend just launched her album. She's made a few albums, but this is her new album. And
Oh yeah.
we went to primary school together. She was my bridesmaid at my wedding in 1990. And her name is Danielle Spencer. You might know her as the ex-wife of Russell Crowe. And
Okay.
her
Yeah,
new
yeah.
album's come out. And I tell you what, it is amazing. So at the moment, I'm listening to that on repeat because I want to learn every word. Her lyrics are superb. And it's about where we are now at 57. And it's really talking to this age and this age of transformation. So she speaks
Mm.
to me, and I just feel like that's really beautiful. So check it out, Danielle Spencer on Spotify. It's awesome.
Danielle Spencer. Yeah, definitely a good plug as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. Well, she's
I'll
worth
try to
it.
remember to put the link in the description at the
Yeah, yeah,
bottom.
yeah. Fantastic.
Uh,
Really, really fantastic. So anyway, that's my music answer because I can't say
yeah.
Madonna anymore because Madonna looks ridiculous. I
I mean, I
don't
guess
want to
she's
hear
a
it
good
anymore.
example. Good example of a brand. I guess uh, like, she's lasted a long time. I guess she's
Oh, yeah.
expressed herself and in
Yes.
many different ways.
I just think you need to know, like the boxers don't know when to give up, and I think
Yeah.
Madonna doesn't know when to give up. And I just don't love all this, all this facial change and body morphing into something
Yeah.
weird. She always had this really cute dancer's body. We all had those bodies in those days. I was
Well,
an
I'm not sure I
ex-dancer,
did.
Debbie was an ex-dancer. We were all cute. And this cute
Yeah.
little dancer body. But now her body has become not her own, and her face has become not her own.
Mm,
And I just think we need to age gracefully. We need to know when to step down, and we need
yeah.
to know how to be elegant and sophisticated in our wise woman era of the crone. It's called. It's
Yeah.
actually called the crone phase.
Cro-
Yeah.
The
You're a
chrome or the
maiden. Yeah, you're a
chrome.
maiden mother crone.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
That's
why
interesting.
the cauldron has 3 spokes at the bottom of it. Maiden, mother, crone. So
Okay.
we
Interesting.
I am in my crone phase, which is the wise woman of the village. And this is the time when we become the expert in our field of
Mm,
excellence. And this is where we help others to get to where we are.
interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
you give back. Hmm.
And favorite book.
Well, the magic faraway tree I loved Eaton Blyton back in the day as a kid, and I just ate up all those books. But I have not been able to get to the movies to see the new movie, but I cannot wait. So that's on my mind right now is the book. And
In,
I just want to get to the movies to see what they've done with it because it's exciting.
I know which book are they? I must admit, what book are they doing a film of?
The
Of Enid
magic
Blyton.
faraway tree.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
boys liked Eden Blyton as much as us girls, but it was such a magical book, and the whole series was magical. And now they've made a movie, and I hope I'm not disappointed. But from the shorts and the trailers, I don't think we're going to be disappointed. I think it's a visual feast, and I just can't wait to go eat it.
Wow, wow. And non-fiction book. Do you have a favorite non-fiction book?
The original, the beginning of it all, and that was Think and Grow Rich. I think for every person that does what we do, Think and Grow Rich is where we all start. And it stays with us, and we all go and do our expression of that. So everyone from Anthony Robbins right through Think and Grow Rich, the personal development industry wouldn't exist without that book. Everyone's
Mm,
taken their piece of it and turned it into something they present as their own. But it all came from there.
from there, yeah, yeah. Favorite cuisine, favorite type of food.
Japanese, I think I eat the most of. I just love a sashimi, mainly, and mainly salmon. I just eat the salmon and yum, yum, yum. Makes me hungry.
Yeah, very healthy too. Very healthy food. Uh, how about favorite holiday destination? Oh no, yeah, holiday destination. Favorite
My
holiday destination.
favorite destination, I've been back a few times, and that was Venice. I found Venice just to be so magical, so unusual, and I don't know, the water and the oldness and the doors and the ah, it's just
Mm.
so magical to me. There's even a shop in Venice called it's like an apothecary. And if I could have my whole house looking like that, that's the way I'd live. It's so good. It's so good. So my favorite shop is in Venice, in my favorite city. So apart from that, I would say Sydney, Australia, not to be biased, but I really feel that you cannot beat Sydney. The Sydney Harbour and that whole area there where I was born and raised is the most beautiful city in all the world. So I do love my own city. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Sounds, yes. I've never been, but it sounds
Seen it on
lovely.
telly.
Interestingly enough, there is a bridge near me where it says if you damage the bridge, you'll be fined or transported. That sign's still there.
Oh,
So whoever damaged that bridge would have been sent to Australia, to the penal colony.
oh my God, I might be an
So
ascendant. You never know.
you could have, yeah, they might have damaged the bridge and been sent to Australia.
Yeah, well, we got all your
But I'm
rights.
thinking,
And so that's why we have the spirit of Australia. We are quite irreverent. We are straight talkers. You know, you can't BS us. And so that spirit of the convicts that was said here is still inside our spirit of Australia. And
yeah, oh
we're
yeah, yeah.
naughty larrikins, as they call us.
Well, as I say, some of yeah, definitely the best guests have been from Australia on this podcast.
Wow, that's sad.
You may, yeah, yeah, you may know, maybe you may know some of them, you may not, but
I'll go back
yeah,
and have a look, and I'll
yeah,
put in
yeah.
comments in the whatevers if I do know them or need
You
to
do
say.
know that, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm so proud of that, and thanks for being so generous to tell us that because, you know, we are convicts. We are from we are from the mother country somewhere along the line, and we're doing our best out here on our own little island.
Yeah, yeah, that's wild. It's wild also that we can just talk to you like I'm talking to someone next door as well, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, we like to be real and not too formal and not too polite. We just want to get to it, you know, it's direct, straightforward. I hope.
Now, how do people contact you? What's the best way to find you and get started and learn more about you
The
if
website,
someone
I reckon,
comes
is
off this
the
interview?
quickest and easiest way to do that. So becoming the expert.com.au, just jump on there. You can organize a free discovery session there. You can download the checklist so you can see what's inside the program. That's there. And yeah, just explore and just see my work and what I do. And hopefully one day we'll all connect and I'll be able to have a rummage about and have a bit of fun with you.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thanks for being a great guest. You've been really high value high value guest on this show.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it.
Oh,
And
thank you. It's been my pleasure, and thanks for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
no, I appreciate it too, because it's getting late there now, isn't it?
I haven't
In
eaten
Australia.
9 minutes.
Ah,
Have my dinner.
yeah. Thanks very much, and hopefully we'll see you again at some point in the future.
You bet. Thanks. Thank you. See you soon.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.